O, siema what? Siya. Oh, yufatok, mami. Hey everybody, this is Erika Szabo. Welcome back. So today I'm returning to a format that I haven't done in a while, and that is one of my top lists. Now, I used to do a bunch of those for top JRPGs on various different consoles, which I will be continuing, so don't worry about that. I'm going to be doing more on other video games and anime in the future too. But today I want to do one on something I don't normally talk about, and that is my favorite minigames and side quests. There are a ton of them and a ton of really awesome, funny, silly memories I have, so I want to share some of my favorites with you. So yeah, let's get started. So the first minigame that I want to mention is one that I find so ridiculous, and I think that it's either got to be really immersive or really ridiculous for me to get totally into it. And one of my favorites is the Burnout series Crash Mode. The first and most played game I dabbled in the series was Burnout 3 Takedown on the PS2. Crash Mode involves you smashing your car into traffic in order to rack up crash dollars. I remember back in high school sitting in my friend Nick's basement playing Double Impact. It was a mode in Crash Mode where you dueled basically against another player in order to get the most crash points. Now, some of the things you're able to do with your car was ridiculous. You would bounce off of other cars and just, you know, tack on more and more and more points, more dollars. Just absolutely ridiculous, and I remember how much we laughed and laughed about it. As though the Burnout series wasn't already incredibly fun, both alone or with friends, Crash Mode really showed off the pure action-packed absurdities of this series. Next on my list is Final Fantasy IX's Chocobo Treasure Hunt. Now, this is definitely one of the longer side quests on this list, but it was so much fun, and there were so many rewards to reap as long as you had the time and patience. Entering the Chocobo Forest early in the game, and later Lagoon and Air Garden, you have a chance to play a fun minigame, Chocobo Hot and Cold, in which you dig up items and treasures. Sometimes you'll dig up stones called chocographs, which point to locations with buried treasure. I really love this minigame side quest hybrid. It was so much fun, and it's definitely one of my favorites, and my favorite in terms of side quests in the Final Fantasy series. Sorry, weapon super bosses. My next pick on this list would be Gears of War's Horde mode. I gotta say, for a shooter, this is by far my favorite mode that you could play aside from the main campaign. I had so much fun with it. It's very arcadey style mode where you faced wave after wave of locusts, and there were 50 waves total. You could play with up to 5 people, and it was just really, really fun. I have some very, very touching memories of teamwork thanks to this. My most fond memory came from playing the Pavilion map with my Hammerburst. While Beast mode was another example of a fun shooter mode in the series, nothing can top the fun and at times tense multiplayer action. My next pick would have to go out to Chrono Trigger's character-driven side quests. They were beautiful, and this is by far the most story-driven side quest I have on this list. These side quests towards the end of the game really added that extra sense of substance to the story and gave you a chance to really delve into each character's lives and motivations. I find that side quests often detour from the main story, but in this case, it actually made you that much more immersed, and it helped build those bonds and made them even stronger than before. My next pick would have to go out to another one that's very similar to Burnout's Crash Mode, and that is Skate's Hall of Meat. This one is really ridiculous and serves as a great party game. I'm just really surprised that the Tony Hawk series didn't do this first. You know, back when they were still good. Introduced in Skate 2, Hall of Meat had you injure your characters in various inhumane but creative ways to score points. Sure, maybe you felt a little bad about launching your unsuspecting boarder into the abyss, but that was kind of the best part. Destruction is so satisfying. Now, last but certainly not least, I want to give a shout out to another one of my favorites, and that is Final Fantasy VIII's Triple Triad. While I will say Final Fantasy IX's Tetramaster is probably my favorite, I also can't deny my origins with Triple Triad. It was really fun, and it's one of those mini games where it's very much like simple to play, hard to master. It's just a really great card game. In this minigame, 2 players face off against one another, one side playing as blue, the other as red on a 3x3 grid. Each player has 5 cards in a hand, and the aim is to capture the opponent's cards. This is based on card ranks. So when 2 cards are facing off, the one with the higher rank captures the weaker one. The player to capture the most cards wins. Triple Triad is so fun and addicting, especially when it started to incorporate more rules depending on the regions you were in Final Fantasy VIII. Although that also became very frustrating sometimes too. But regardless, I gotta say, you know, this minigame is so warmly received, and for good reason. You know, there's a reason why you can play this in Final Fantasy XIV, there's a reason why you can play this online, or why people buy the cards so they can play in person. So I really hope you enjoyed my picks for side quests and minigames. I had a nice variety here, and it wasn't always just covering, you know, the same sort of genres as usual, so I'm really happy I could delve into that. Really hope you enjoyed this. I would love to hear some of your favorite side quests and mini games too. There are a lot of really amazing ones out there, and it was really hard for me to choose these ones, but yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all again soon, okay? Alright, peace.